Hi everyone, this is Jing Amy Feng, immigration attorney from New York City. Today we're talking about the impact on green card holder by the pandemic. So people may wonder, like green card holders may not be impacted by a lot of executive orders from the White House. The green card holder can still travel from outside to US. However, we have seen a lot of green card holders stay stuck outside of the US for a long period of time, longer than 1 year. And this will be an impact to a green card. If for any reason, for the fear of getting infected on a long flight or the difficulty of getting a flight tickets back to US, this all could be the reason that a lot of green card holders could not come back to US as they wish. So what are you going to do? Let's talk about how to maintain your green card. If you're green card holders, you have to maintain the green card during the whole processing, otherwise your intention of being a permanent resident will be challenged. So you have to show you have a lot of ties with the US, like you have a job here, you have your family here, you have a house, bank account, car, insurance, club membership. All those facts are ties with US. So the more, the better. However, I'm going to point out two red flags that may trigger a challenge on your intention to maintain your green card. One is you take a job overseas. If you work overseas and if you have worked for a long period of time, let's say 2 or 3 years, that will trigger challenge whether you have the intention to maintain your permanent residency in the US. And if that happens, you have to show other ties we just list. You have to show you have family here, this is only a temporary job offer, and you have maintained your house, your car, your insurance, everything else in the US. This will support that you have the intention to keep maintaining a permanent residency in the US. Another fact is the one we are talking about. If you stay outside of US for more than a year, that may trigger challenge too. So the law, the regulation only says if you stay outside the US for more than a year, your green card may be revoked. So that's only the card, not the permanent residency. So this is two different concepts. If you lose your card, you can reapply for a new card. But the Department of Homeland Security, they held a position like, they kind of like equal the green card and the permanent residency. They think you abandon your permanent residency if you stay outside for 1 year. But fortunately, we have a case law to correct this position. The judge held if the government is going to consider you abandon your permanent residency, they have to have sufficient enough evidence to prove that you have such intention. And the burden is on the government side. So the case law means if you stay outside for more than a year, only this one fact would not automatically revoke your permanent residency. And USCIS, if they wanted to do that, they have to have sufficient evidence to prove that you have intention to not live in the US permanently. So this is one good news. But how can we avoid that kind of challenge? Because when you have a challenge, you have to rebuttal this lot of work. Let's see what you can do. First of all, if you are still in the United States, you want to plan your trip and you foresee you may have to stay outside of US for more than a year. Family reason, health reason, all kinds of reasons. If you know you may have to stay outside for more than a year, what you can do before you leave is to apply for re-entry permit. So the re-entry permit is good for 2 years. It will guarantee you come back as a green card holder if you stay outside for more than a year. So you have to be physically in the United States to submit your re-entry permit, finish your fingerprint, and then you can leave. The re-entry permit approval can be mailed to your address overseas. This is what you can do before you go. What if you can't foresee you are going to stay outside for more than a year, and like the situation everybody is in, due to the pandemic, you cannot come back on time? This way, I would say you have two ways to deal with the situation. First, based on the case law we just talked about, you don't need to be panicked, because if only stay outside for 1 year, I don't think USCIS have enough evidence to revoke your permanent residency. So you can come back as soon as possible and then explain the pandemic situation at the border officer. However, if you want to be proactive, like what can I do before I board the plane, because I don't want to be challenged at the border and be sent back right away. So in this kind of situation, you can go to the US consul office to apply for return resident visa. So you take precautious action, you do it before you come back, you prove your intention to maintain your permanent residency in US consul office. And once the US consular office believes, okay, you have the intention to stay in the US permanently, they will give you approval of the visa. With the visa and your green card, you will guarantee your entry back to the US. So when we talk about a green card holder, that's the least impacted group among all the foreign visa holders. However, you still got impacted, because if you cannot come back for a certain period of time, you face the challenge. We as immigration lawyers, we always suggest our clients, if you if you are eligible for naturalization, you do it as soon as possible. Once you become US citizen, you can travel anywhere for whatever period you wish. Nobody could deny your entry, and you also have the right to vote. For those benefits you can get as a US citizen, I would encourage you to do the naturalization application whenever it's possible for you. Hope today's session is helpful for you. If you like our video, give us a thumb up, subscribe our channel. Thank you very much.